Okay, gonna do a run through of the StarHop app to show you how it works and what I wrote it for beginning telescope users to help them find things in the sky. It's mainly for practice when you are not able to get out at your telescope. So I'm going to go through a run of M22, hop to M22, and then I'll continue to hop up to M25, but I can do that on the same one. So if you go to select a star hop, you see I've already got M22 selected from the list. And if you get out your star map, this is the Triatlas B, and this is the tip of the teapot at Sagittarius. You can't see it, it's out of the shot. I encourage you to use your star map so you get used to seeing how the patterns line up with your star map versus what you see. And if I hit start hop here, it will start loading up the star map. So we're going to try and make it over to M22 starting from here. And as you can see, it's basically says we're using an 8-inch Dob and a decently wide angle Plössl. So this is the default setup, and you can, if you use the pro mode, you can actually set up your own telescope and own eyepieces so that the view matches exactly. But we're going to go through with the basic setup you get with the free one, even though I'm running pro. All right, so if you see, I got the starting star here on my map, and the starting star is in the center there on the display. If you look, we can see these two stars on the map. You have to learn to ignore the stars that you can actually see. Some will be too dim to see, which will obviously depend on your telescope too. But we have a nice little triangle there, and we want to head this way to M22. I should note, I actually set up this Dob as a correct image view just to make it simpler. But if you're using an actual Dob, you got to flip the map and flip your direction, which makes it harder, and the app will do that for you. But for this demo, I set it up as if I had a RACI finder in there somehow. All right, so just to make it easier to match up. Okay, so here we go. So we got these two stars with the starting star. So we're going to head that direction because we want to head over to M22. Now if we look, we can see this triangle that we just started at, and now we see a new triangle over here. Right? These stars here, like I said, you got to learn which ones to ignore. That one's a little too dim. These show up. Like, okay, that triangle, I should head off that triangle and up a bit. And if we head up, now we see another triangle, this triangle here. And if we move over that triangle, you're going to see that it's starting to poke out. Now we've gotten to M22, the green star lights up to show we've found it. The progress bar on the top right is here full, saying, hey, we found it as well. One of the things I added for the pro mode is I turn on a hop path here. And this is basically just a way to show the stars I used when I did the hop to say, hey, follow these patterns to get there. So we turn that back off. Now, I didn't change to the M25 hop, but I'm going to continue hopping from M22 up to M25 so you can get an idea how to do even more. Right? So again, patterns, M25 is up here. Right? We've got to make a long hop over a lot of space, and if you look at your map, oh, where can I go? Well, there's actually decent bright stars along here that kind of curve around to it. So if we start from M22, we know we can go up to the left here, right? And there's that quad of stars there. Okay, now if we move that down near the bottom, we can see what we can see. Well, we can kind of pick up this little star here and a couple little tiny ones, right? They're hard to see. You're like, okay, well, let's put that in the center and see what we can see. Okay, we got another big bright star. That looks like this one up here. Okay, so if we move towards that one, we're going in the right direction. Hey, now we got these two bright ones, and we got a little companion there next to it. Right, and you can kind of see this one too. So you get the pattern. You're like, okay, I'm heading the right direction. Let's keep going. We get two more here. hey, look, we got this quad now. That's pointing us that way. So if we follow that direction, this one lines up with 2 more little stars. And then if you keep going, there it is. M25 is now in the viewfinder. Now it didn't show up green because I didn't actually switch to the hop there. So the idea is you can get the skill of looking at your star map, looking at the different patterns of stars, and figuring out which way to go with your telescope to find the object and follow these trails when, as you can see, many of these stars aren't visible. You have to pick and match up the patterns, and that's